The little chipmunk who could never choose. Have you ever worried about making the wrong choice? Maybe you wanted everything to be perfect, so you waited and waited and waited a little longer. But sometimes, waiting too long can make us miss beautiful moments. Tonight's story takes us to a meadow filled with twinkling lanterns and sparkling stars, where a little chipmunk named Pip is trying very hard to make the perfect choice. But along the way, he discovers something surprising, because sometimes moving forward matters more than choosing perfectly. Deep beside the whispering woods, there was a beautiful meadow where lantern flowers bloomed beneath the stars. Every autumn, animals gathered there for the Starlight Festival. There would be music, warm berry pies, tiny glowing lanterns, and laughter shared among friends. Everyone brought something special, and this year, Pip the little chipmunk wanted to bring the perfect gift. Pip wore a cozy navy blue sweater and carried a tiny satchel wherever he went. He wanted his gift to be wonderful, something everyone would remember. The next morning, Pip found a basket of sweet berries. "Maybe I'll bring these," he smiled, but then he discovered beautiful flowers near the stream. Oh, maybe flowers would be better. Later that afternoon, he found colourful lantern shells beside the meadow. Ooh, perhaps these are even better. And before bedtime, he discovered a tiny wooden flute. Pip's eyes widened. No, this must be the perfect gift. But every time he chose something, another idea appeared. And Pip always whispered, "Maybe there's a better choice." Days passed, and Pip still couldn't decide. The berries sat untouched. The flowers waited in water. The lantern shells rested inside a box. The flute remained beside his bed. Whenever friends asked, "What are you bringing to the festival?" Pip smiled nervously. "I'm still deciding." And secretly, he worried. What if I choose wrong? What if everyone likes something else better? What if my gift isn't special enough? Soon, the festival was only 2 days away. Pip looked at the flowers. Some petals had begun to droop. The berries were no longer as fresh. The leaves decorating his lantern shells had dried. Pip's little heart beat faster. Oh dear, I still don't know. What if I make the wrong choice? He sat quietly beneath an oak tree, and for the first time, he felt more tired than excited. As evening settled over the meadow, a cheerful bluebird landed nearby. Her name was Wren. She tilted her head. "You seem worried," Pip sighed. "I can't decide. There are too many choices. And what if I pick the wrong one?" Wren sat beside him. The stars began appearing overhead. Then she asked softly, "What happens if your choice isn't perfect?" Pip blinked. "I'll make a mistake." Wren smiled kindly. "Perhaps," then she added, "but not choosing is a choice too." Pip looked up. He had never thought about it that way. Wren stretched her wings. Then she asked another question. "Tell me, Pip, what makes the festival special?" Pip smiled. "The music. The lanterns, the laughter, my friends. Wren nodded. Exactly. It's not about bringing the perfect gift. It's about sharing the evening together. The breeze rustled softly through the meadow, and suddenly, Pip's worries felt a little smaller. The next morning, Pip opened his basket of berries. Some were still fresh, not perfect, but sweet. He smiled. This is enough. Carefully, he packed the berries inside his little satchel, and for the first time all week, he stopped searching for something better. That evening, the Starlight Festival glowed beneath thousands of stars. Lantern flowers illuminated the meadow. Animals laughed and danced. Music floated through the air. Pip arrived carrying his small basket. Not a grand gift, not the most beautiful gift, just a simple basket of berries. He suddenly felt nervous again, but then Bunny smiled. Oh, fresh berries. Duck smiled too. They looked delicious. Soon, everyone was sharing and laughing together. And somehow, that small basket became part of a wonderful evening. As the festival continued, Pip sat beside Wren beneath the stars. I thought I needed the perfect gift, he admitted. Wren smiled. And what did you discover? Pip looked around. Friends laughing, lanterns glowing, music drifting through the night. Then he smiled. The evening was already special. I just needed to stop waiting. Later that night, Pip curled beneath his blanket inside his cozy tree hollow. Moonlight danced across the floor. His little satchel rested beside the bed, and his heart felt peaceful because he had learned something important. There will always be more choices, and no choice is perfect. But beautiful things often begin when we simply decide to move forward. Outside, the stars sparkled softly above the meadow. The lantern flowers glowed peacefully, and Pip drifted gently into sweet dreams, no longer afraid of choosing, no longer waiting for perfection, because he had discovered something wonderful. Sometimes, the next step matters more than the perfect step. You don't need a perfect choice. You don't need a perfect plan. Sometimes, the most beautiful adventures begin when we simply take one small step forward. Good night, little dreamer.
Thank you for visiting our storybook world. Sweet dreams.